This is a story for those of you guys that want the tea. This is a story of me quitting my 9 to 5 and moving to LA.
I just feel like I don't know if I'm gonna make it. You are basically producing your own life.
Are you gonna regret staying in the same place?
So, future Abby, you're watching this. I'm proud of you. You finally got out of your head.
Randomly, I had a breakdown to my mom, and I feel like my season here in Miami is coming to an end.
Basically how it started is that in July, I took a trip. In that trip, I got on the plane and I met this person. No, it's not like that. It's not like romantic at all. But I met this person and he asked me this question. He goes, "What's your dream?" And immediately to move to LA. Okay, then why don't you just move? And I was like, I can't just move. I can't just go out there and move out of nowhere. And he kind of just told me, "How old are you gonna be in 5 years?" And I go, "I'm gonna be 32. And he goes, "Are you gonna regret staying in the same place if you didn't take this chance on yourself?" It was like, dang, maybe I should think about this. So I kind of took some time, July, August, September. I took about 3 months to pray. I remember talking to my mom, be like, "Mom, what do you think?" And immediately she was like, "Go for it." I was just shocked. Honestly, I was shocked because my mom is a God-fearing woman and like she hears God. Like if she didn't feel peace, she would tell me, be like, "No, stay." But she was the first person to be like, "Go." The next thing that I felt was to take a solo trip.
Hi guys, so I am going to take a solo trip to LA for my birthday, and I'm doing it because God told me to.
As many of you guys saw on my YouTube channel, I took that solo trip obviously to heal my heart from things that I was going through, but I took that trip to kind of see if LA would be the place for me. I remember having a conversation with my friend Leo, and it was the day before my birthday. God speaks to me a lot on my birthday. I want to move to LA, but this. I want to move to LA, but I can't. I don't have a job. I want to move to LA, but I don't have a place to stay. And he was literally like, "We'll get you a job. We'll get you a place to stay." I remember God taking me out of that conversation, and he was like, "Abby, you're not talking to Leo right now. You're talking to me." And I just remember feeling God's presence all over me. So basically everything I was like trying to do, God was rebuttaling and be like, "No, but I got you, but I got you, but I got you."
Are you convinced that you should move to LA?
Yes. Already been convinced.
Yes.
Ever since this whole trip. Future Abby, you're doing the dang thing and you're gonna move and you're gonna make LA your home. You don't know how, you don't know how it's gonna happen, but it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
Mark my words, January, you will be there. Starting the year.
Mark my words.
Mark my words.
Wow.
Wow. Future Abby, if you end up being in LA and you fulfill this dream that God has given you, it might actually happen.
At home in September, I just hear the Holy Spirit telling me, "Tell your boss." And I'm like, "What do you mean tell my boss? What are you talking about? I can't do that." And the Holy Spirit was like, "Tell him." And I remember talking to my boss about it, and I'm like, "Hey, so with no job, with no nothing, anything ahead for me," I was like, "So I feel from God to move to LA." And my boss was like, "What?" And I'm like, "I'm saying."
Today is currently September 29th. I kind of told my first boss that I am felt from God to move to LA, and it's so surreal. Like, God is definitely up to something. My mom feels peace. I just feel God all over this. The potential of me possibly moving to LA.
Moving on to October. During the months of October, I was like, okay, let me get my resume, let me get my production reel set. And during the time of October, November, December, I was kind of getting all that ready and everything. It was a mission.
My resume.
I'm gonna send it to her already. Oh my God, and then I have like job alerts already. God, this is a step forward. I can't believe I did that.
I haven't given you guys an update at all. Currently, November 4th or 5th, I don't know the date. I finished my resume. I did the second version of it, and I had a really long talk with Mel, and she said, "You are basically producing your own life, And I think that's so crazy that I'm producing my whole life right now, and it's so many changes and everything. So future Abby, you're watching this, I'm proud of you. You finally got out of your head and you're doing it, and we got this, okay? It's November 7th and I'm kind of overwhelmed with everything. Moving to LA is really scary. Really overwhelmed in the aspect of, you know, I was doing my resume, I did my cover letter, doing my cover letter, and then now I have like a whole portfolio to do, and I feel like I'm behind on everything, and I know that there's no time limit or there's no time crunch, but the thing is that I keep putting a time crunch on myself. I'm getting to that realization that I feel like I'm not ready to move to LA, and I feel that I'm like, you know what, I'm 28, like this is adulting, and you know, I feel like my finances need to be in order, and it's really scary when you feel like you can't measure up and you feel like valid, you know, to move there. I just feel like I don't know if I'm gonna make it. I'm really scared. And this has been my dream. I know that God's conquering. I know that God's faithful. When has God ever failed me? He's never failed me. I hope that future Abby, you see this and you're editing and you're freaking in the car and you're moving to LA and you're in your apartment and you're doing great things, because right now you don't know if it's gonna happen, but I know that God is faithful. Currently, it is November 22nd. I reached 500 connections on LinkedIn, and it was very crazy, very awesome. I have to do my reel this week. I am like forcing myself to do it so I can finally apply to jobs and get out of my butt and do it. I mean, I've been working and like I've been trying to work hard with everything, and I know I need to rest because it is Thanksgiving.
I remember a couple breakdowns later, I finally got it done, and it took me about an hour to get that done. So during lunch in December to get that done.
I was like, this number has been everywhere. Oh my God, guys. Oh my God, I'm losing my marbles. I'm just finished my producer reel. It's currently December 12th, and I was just talking to one of my friends that it's just so crazy because what took me 4 weeks trying to do it in my own strength, God did it in 1 hour. Got up today and I was like, God, you know, I surrender LA to you. I surrender it all, and just give me like what to do today. And I was just sitting there, no anxiety, no nothing, and I just hear God say, do your reel during lunch. So I just sat there and I was just editing for that 1 hour, and kid you not, I just uploaded it and I checked it over. I sent it over for review with 2 of my close friends, and I don't want to cry, but it's just so real. I'm freaking out because I'm about to send Leo my resume, my production reel. This is what taking a risk looks like, and oh my God, I think this is the moment. I'm just gonna send it. This is something big.
Moving on to January, I just remember just needing to focus. So January, I gave myself the goal to like start looking at apartments. I just remember looking at like all these applications, looking at all these things and freaking out and being like, what am I gonna do?
Currently, what is it, January 8th? I might have a lead to an apartment. Oh my God. Randomly, I had a breakdown to my mom and like believing that God would just do things with time, and I was just chilling here laying on my bed, and then I got a DM from Kim and one of my friends, and she basically told me that there's an apartment open in LA. Price is pretty good and pretty crazy. It's literally what I asked for, and the apartment is in Studio City right above West Hollywood, which is where I told God I want to be. So God, you're crazy. It is, but I'm about to send an email about an informational request, and I'm freaking out. I don't even know what that is, and we're doing it. So send.
I have an info call tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. with Christy from Westbrook and see how it goes. She's gonna get to know me. I'm gonna get to know her. Hi guys, update. The meeting went really great with Christy, and she asked me to send me a list of shows that I want to work on, and she's actually been in a bunch of live TV shows, so like, I don't know. So I just sent her the list of companies I would love to work in. I have been trying to look on LinkedIn and Indeed, trying to apply for certain jobs, and yes, I got new glasses. I've been just looking and I've just been like discouraged. I don't know, it's just making me overthink everything. I think the biggest thing that stresses me out is in order to have an apartment in LA, I need to have a job, right? And then in order to get a job in LA, I need to be in LA. So it's kind of stressful, you know? And then when you think about money and you think about the issues, I know that God is in control and I know that He's got me. So honestly, I think I'm just gonna pray. So currently it's January 29th, 2023. And I've been fasting and praying to God that something will just happen with the apartment. So next week I have 2 leads. So place in Beverly Hills, and there's 3 different girls, or like 2 different girls that live there, and there's an open room available. But the second thing is that there's this place in Culver City, and it's gonna be, you know, with 2 different people, and it's gonna be an open space, a big room with like an aesthetically pleasing couch, which is literally the couch of my dreams. And it's gonna be an open room, fully furnished. It has a bed, it has everything, and like I'm trying to be furnished. I'm trying to be good and furnished and great. And I just think it's crazy that God is opening the door and opening the way for me to live. It's like I was talking to Leo on the phone, and I feel like my season here in Miami is coming to an end, and I feel like things have been shifting, that it's like the doors are closing for me here. And I know that God has something for me so big in LA.
In February, I kind of took a chance on myself.
There's a lot that's been going on. I need to fill you guys in. I'll probably not fill you in,
It's
but
your 3rd burger in like 2 minutes.
Trust in God and like see the way that God is going to move on your behalf. So God, you're watching this and I'm putting in the demand on you to make it happen, because this is a lot. This is a huge move. The enemy is such a liar, because I go out and I'm like, I'm gonna go to my car, I'm going to head to my interview, and I go outside, the car is not there.